This is Mary from Athena's Bibliotheca, and it's time to do my TBR game to find out what my TBR is going to be for December. If you don't know how the game is played, I just roll a 12-sided die and pick up cards or spin a wheel, as the case may be, until I get to Mount Olympus where the game ends. Each place I stop at along the board gives me a book that I have to read in the month of December. Before we do the rolls for December, I am going to talk about the books from November's TBR. These were the books on my November TBR, and I will say that I have 5 or so more days in the month, so caveat is I haven't finished all of them, but I hope to get them done before the end of the month. We'll see. The first book I got last month was The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune for landscape on the cover. And then I got Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher for beach read. And then I got The Shadow of Kyoshi by F.C.E. and this was for an LGBT plus book. And then I put The Sinner's Duet by Sophie Lark on it for a duet. I've read both Kyoshi and Terms and Conditions. I'm in the middle of House in the Cerulean Sea, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish House in the Cerulean Sea. And I have a few more days, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish The Sinner's Duet, but I have not started it. So technically, as of this moment, I didn't complete last month's TBR, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it. I'll say if I completed it here, if I've completed it by the time I finished editing it and posting it on YouTube. That's everything I had to say, so let's get into the first roll. So I have my token on start, so let's see how long this is going to be. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dionysus. So the first prompt is play your TBR right. The first roll I landed on Dionysus, which ended up being a play your TBR right as the prompt. And if you've never heard of this game, it's a TBR game that Gavin from Gavin Reads It All created for a TBR game. He doesn't play it anymore, but I thought it would be a fun little addition prompt for Dionysus, so we're going to do that today. And I'll explain the rules as we go. So you need a deck of cards to play it, and you need 2 book choices. We're going to set it up right here. One of the books that you choose you don't want to read that much. And I kind of want to read this book, but not as much as the second one. So I didn't want to be too hard on myself. So I'm going to put this one on here. And then I have Iron Widow for the second book, which is the book I'm trying to get to so I could read it. I don't want to tell you how many times I put Iron Widow on a TBR. It's a lot. It's just, I am so, my expectations for Iron Widow is so high that I'm scared that I'm going to be disappointed by it. Shuffle cards. Okay. If I remember right, it's been a long time since I've actually seen one of these videos, so I'm just doing it by memory. So if I'm slightly wrong with the rules, don't come at me. So you put the cards in the center between the 2 books, and the whole point is to guess whether the next card in the line is higher or lower than the first one. And how I'm going to do it is that Ace is the lowest card. So the first card is 9. This would really suck if I didn't even get the first one. I'm going to say that it is lower. It's the same. So I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to try lower again. Yes. Good thing I chose Aces lower. Okay, oh, so it's going to be higher because it's the lowest card. Okay. I cannot lose at the last one. Okay, this is really this is really nerve-wracking. I'm gonna say higher. Yes. So my first book is going to be Iron Widow by Jiren J. Zhao. And go to the second roll. Our second prompt is going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 7. Poseidon prompt. Blue cover. So in the second roll, we landed on a Poseidon space. We got the prompt blue cover. So I'm choosing Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. That's blue cover, but it also helps me get the stone I need for this readathon I'm trying to participate in called the Bookemon Readathon. I'll leave the announcement video for it down below, but the main prompt I have to get my starter Pokemon is to breed a book with a moon on the cover. I think she's carrying a moon, but there's also a moon up here, or at least there's circular shapes that I think are supposed to represent the moon. So we're gonna go with it. Do I know much about this book? No. I bought it purely on the recommendation from Gavin. Apparently this is a Gavin-centric TBR this month. Anyways, this is for the second prompt, blue cover. Now on to the third roll. A 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this is the first time we've landed on one of these. I have a spinner wheel to pick what ebook I have to read in December. So the third roll, we landed on one of the scrolls, which means that I have to choose an ebook. But it's the dark scroll, which means technically I don't choose it. A spinner wheel chooses it. And I'm just going to pull up the spinner wheel on my iPad and screen record it and hopefully put it up here. What happens on the screen recording? For a second there, I thought it was going to land on OMG Christmas Tree, and I'll be like, that's perfect for December. But it landed on Golden Curse. I don't know for sure what that is, but I'll leave a cover here, and I'm pretty sure it's one of my fairy tale retellings, specifically a Rapunzel retelling. Could be wrong, but that is what I think it is. So now on to the fourth roll. See what the fourth roll is. A 3. So an Athena prompt. A book club pick. The fourth roll landed us on the Athena space, and I pulled the card for book club pick. And the only one I could think of that I'm trying to participate in, but I keep not doing it except for the first one, is SarawithoutanH's Patreon book club. And we're reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Neill. I don't have it with me because it's not normally something that I pick up, so I'm kind of nervous about it. And what I know about it is that it's lit fic, historical fiction, supposed to be sad, and it's inspired / based around Shakespeare. Definitely none of my buzzwords. So hopefully I enjoy it, but it's not normally something I pick up, so it could go either way. So on to the fifth roll. Another 3. Okay. A Hermes prompt. It's going to be poll pick. For the fifth roll, I landed on the Hermes space, and I picked up the poll pick prompt. So I decided to post this Instagram story to do the poll, and I ended up with these results. They're basically the same. Like, there was only one vote for each of the books, but Instagrams gave one of them 34%, and that is Jade Fire Gold by June Sealtan. This is one of the books that are on Actually, I think all 3 of the books that I posted on that poll were in my end of the year TBR. So I did want to get to this, and I'm really excited. The reason I picked this up is that someone recommended it based around if Zuko and Aang, if Aang was a girl from Avatar: The Last Airbender, if they were in a relationship together. And I'm like, sign me up. I gotta read it now. This is, I guess, is going on my TBR, and hopefully it's gonna be read in December. Now on to our 6th roll. Now our 6th roll, hopefully it's the line. Nope. 1, 2, 3. And then we made it. So this is our final roll. Congratulations to us all. We finally got to Mount Olympus, which means I have my completed TBR for December. Not as small as last month's, but still not very many books. I mean, 5 is kind of a lot, depending on how you look at it, with December being a very busy month, holiday-wise, for me. We'll see. I'll go over the books that were chosen now. These are the books I'm going to have to read in December. Some of them are placeholders, but I'll tell you what they are when I get there. So the first one is Iron Widow by Jun J. Zhao, and I won that in a game of TBR, right? The next one is Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lin, and that one was for blue on the cover. This one with the starry print, that's my Kindle case with my Kindle in it. So that's when I landed on the dark scroll space and had to use a spinner wheel to pick my ebook that I had to read, and it ended up being The Golden Curse. And then this book is just a placeholder for Hamnet by Maggie O'Neill, which is for book club pick. And then Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan was for a poll pick. I think that's a pretty decent stack, and I think I could do it, but I thought about the last one I could do it, and then things kind of derailed for me this month, so we'll see. So that is my December TBR. I can't think at the moment of anything else that I need to add to this TBR. I tried to do this last month, and last month I had something, and I forgot it before I finished the video, so I probably am going to do the same. There's probably other books that I want to read. I mean, there is, because I still haven't read some of the books on my end of the year TBR, so hopefully I can fit some more of those into the month. But once again, December is a busy month, so we'll see. That is all I have for you today. I hope to see you next week, but I make no promises.